Welcome to Voice of Feathers Tarot. If you clicked on this video, I want to say thank you. I hope you'll stick around as I trust there's going to be a message in here for you. I have not pulled the cards yet. I have them in my hand here. I'm going to shuffle and lay out a Celtic cross spread for you. I typically use the traditional 10 cards and then I include an 11th card on the bottom of the deck, which represents the potential energy in the situation. Today's reading is just going to be general. It's whatever I pick up on in the cards and otherwise. So let's see what comes out. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Oh dear. All right, just a heads up, you've got some heavy cards here today. I'm not gonna twist it and sugarcoat it. Look, I always do find hope in a tarot reading. That's just my style. I'm not about giving false hope, but I am about seeing the hope even in difficult situations. I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and that's show you the outcome card first. And the reason I want to show you this is because I want to talk about hope a little bit more, and this card relates to that idea. So the outcome of your reading, rather than the center of your reading today, is the Tower. So we all can look at the Tower and kind of feel that it's about catastrophe. It's about undoings. It's about faulty, shaky foundations. Here you can see lightning has struck a tree where it stands. And I'm hearing that, like, this tree is just sort of in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm hearing that might be an illusion. So this idea of wrong place, wrong time. I don't know if I said right place, wrong time before, but yeah, it's like wrong place, wrong time. That's not actually what was happening here. You weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know who that is going to resonate for. Whatever happened in this situation to cause a Tower moment, so an abrupt change, maybe catastrophe, maybe a change in your circumstances, maybe an ending in relationships. Whatever happened here, you weren't just unlucky. The events that took place were built on a shaky foundation of toxic patterns that have been repeated through generations, I'm hearing. For as long as this tree has lived, these patterns, these thought patterns, these ideals have led to what caused this catastrophe for you. For some of you, I'm getting that you were either directly or indirectly hurt by somebody. And again, I'm sort of going backwards with this reading, but the reason that I'm saying that is because the bottom of the deck, that is the potential energy in your reading, and the 11th card, you have the Three of Swords. This is a terrible heartbreak, something, a wounding so deep that it's quite difficult to heal and to move past. And I'm really being urged to bring up the idea of, sorry, I'm getting very distracted by the lawnmower in the background. Lawnmower might be significant. I also heard Jim's mowing. I don't know if Jim's mowing is significant to you. But yeah, I'm getting that this is like grief, like the stages of grief, but not just grief, but trauma as well, and how healing is not linear. So for some reason, it feels very guided that I've started this reading backwards, because you might feel like you're moving backwards in terms of your healing path. You might feel like you're reliving trauma. You might feel like you're reliving grief at the moment. So if you're resonating with this, stick around, because I'm going to explore the cards a little bit further here. And if you can hear the noise in the background, I do apologize for that. I keep hearing like it's not your fault what happened to you. You might be recounting events and looking at ways to blame yourself, or maybe even to absolve a perpetrator of blame is another thing that I'm getting. Let's have a look at the center of the reading. So you have the Seven of Swords. Not a traditionally loved card, you know. It's a card about shifty behavior. It's a card of theft. It's a card of really trying to just get away with something. Trying to get away with something, trying to go unnoticed. So you can see that this fox is keeping an eye out, a watchful eye out, while he is laying on that sword there. So the sword looks as if it should belong to these row of swords up above, but he's trying to hide it. And he's trying to hide the fact that he's responsible as well. That's what I'm getting, a situation where perhaps you've come up against someone who has tried to get away with hurting you. Or try to get away with doing something that isn't quite right. Crossing this card, you have the Four of Swords. So this is what I was talking about before. With the 3 to the 4, I was talking about healing. The Four of Swords is about like allowing the time to facilitate that healing through rest and meditation, reflection, and things like that. But as I'm getting this in the challenge, this means that we have to go back a card. So it means that there is some unresolved trauma. Okay, so you may have thought that most part of the healing had actually taken place, but I'm getting that you're reliving a part of it at the moment because something is still sticking. Something is still hurting and still painful here. I'm getting as well that, like, with the red threads that are sort of represented here, the red thread of fate always comes to mind, and also like the representation of the red thread is like a soul tie, a soul connection. It's almost as if you severed ties with somebody and they are trying to recreate that soul tie. So if you feel that you're like recounting events, reliving some trauma, having some flashbacks, or just feeling really triggered in certain instances, that's a really, really good sign that there might be those attachments starting to form again, or there might be like an energy cord that still lingers. For some reason, I'm getting like something insidious here, though, something where it's been like a deliberate attempt to reattach an energy cord that has been severed and that has been cut, and it might have even been cut for some time. I am getting that this may have been some sort of partnership, and it can be romantic, as represented by the Two of Cups here and the roses as well. Whether or not this was a romantic relationship, it was definitely something of a coming together of two people where it was a reciprocal thing. So like they had something that you needed, you had something that they needed. And yeah, I'm seeing sort of like something that could have been potentially beautiful that turned really sour. So something went really quite wrong here. I'm getting the taste of vinegar in my mouth, so it's almost like it should be wine, but the wine has turned to vinegar. Mutually beneficial is what this card is supposed to represent, and I just can't help but feel that I keep getting mutually beneficial, but I'm not feeling that you are benefiting anymore. But I feel that other people are. It's like And the reason I'm saying that is because we've got the Four of Cups underneath here in the unconscious influences. So where there was 2 cups, there's now 4. And with the rat here, nothing against rats. I had 13 pet rats in my life. I'm getting like a nibbling energy, like nibbling away or eating away. Something is eating away at you or at somebody else. And it has something to do with how many people are benefiting from this situation. I feel as if there are multiple people who are trying to attach energy cords to you in order to siphon your energy. I feel that they are doing this for personal gain. I don't even necessarily believe that they know they're doing this, but they are acting in accordance with forming these attachments. I'm also getting something about contracts, something about soul contracts, and I also heard that, yeah, something about like making a deal. So I see 4 people involved here. 4 people are emotionally involved or invested in this situation. Uh, so if you've been feeling some things coming up lately, you're not imagining it and you're not crazy. You're not imagining it, you're not crazy, and you're not making it up. This is happening, and I'm getting that it's happening in real time. There are emotional investments and there is some suffering happening here. I'm getting that mostly the suffering is coming from your end, but I'm getting that there's suffering coming from at least one other person as well. So I don't know who this other person is who is implicated in the suffering, but it's almost like I'm feeling 2 people benefiting and 2 people suffering. I don't know why, but that's just the energy that I'm getting. With the Daughter of Cups in the past influence, I feel like there is a person who deserves an apology but hasn't gotten it, or they haven't really received justice for what they have gone through, particularly at the hands of someone who's tried to get away with some sort of behavior. So with the Daughter of Cups being the Page of Cups, often the Page of Cups represents an apology. So yeah, I'm seeing like an apology here with this card being in reverse, an apology that wasn't given, wasn't granted. This could be your daughter, you could be a daughter. Take it as it resonates. Forthcoming influences, we have the 8 of Swords. So you can see that this is a butterfly can't speak. Cocooning here in its chrysalis, or forming its chrysalis. So it does indicate that there's going to be a beautiful transformation, but you're going to need, I'm reading this differently as I usually do, you're going to need to allow the time and the isolation to process this uprooting. I'm hearing this uprooting of trauma or grief. So if you've lost someone or been wronged by someone, these are the 2 scenarios that I'm getting. If you've lost someone or you've been wronged by someone, because there are these energy attachments being formed and these cords being formed that should have been severed, you really need to take time for yourself right now. I would recommend sort of like, I mean, you don't have to go completely rogue or anything like that, but it's just about like remembering to put your boundaries first and foremost. And if you need to spend a bit more time alone, then that's what you need. If that's not what you feel that you need, then you'll know what this means for you and what kind of isolation period would be helpful for you. Spirit is highlighting, however, that you need to be very careful about how long this goes on for, because you're not supposed to stay stuck in a mental prison here. You're supposed to stay sovereign, is what I'm hearing. So this is supposed to be about reclamation of your own energy, your own sovereignty. It's not supposed to be about imprisoning yourself like, I don't know why I'm getting like a princess in a castle kind of vibe. And I also heard Rapunzel, and then I heard, so if you're hiding away long enough for people to say, wow, your hair's grown so long, then it's too long, right? So I'm also hearing you might want to get a haircut, because like hair is like a spiritual antenna, and it holds onto energy as well. So it can be one way that people can access our energy, and that those cords can sort of start to form. So yeah, I was really getting Rapunzel energy there. So if you feel like you haven't had a haircut in a long time, it might be time to get a haircut. And yeah, I'm not giving you permission to get the scissors out and do it yourself. I think that you should make it a nice thing and go get your hair professionally cut and feel good about yourself, okay? Unless you are a hairdresser and you're skilled at cutting your own hair, of course. The advice is the Daughter of Wands. I'm not exactly sure what kind of snake this is, but it reminds me. We went to my partner and I, with some friends, went to a wildlife park recently and saw a bunch of beautiful snakes. And the one that really stood out to me was the taipan, which of course is the first, I think, #1 most venomous snake in the world. It had a similar shape to this one, but it obviously had like a black head. Yeah, the advice is, I feel this is like a reclamation of power, you know, going from the Daughter of Cups in reverse to the Daughter of Wands. If you're resonating as that daughter, this is about staying true to yourself. And I'm also hearing like an independent adventure, or maybe some travel is even in the cards. So yeah, I'm getting something about distance. I don't know why I'm getting it from this card. But I'm hearing that like there might be some stale or stagnant energy in the location that you live in. Or there might be some memories that are sort of like the energy of them is residual around the place that you live or the places that you frequent. I'm hearing that some distance, like a long road trip or something, could actually be really, really good for like setting yourself free from those energy cords that are trying to reattach. Okay, so if you feel like going for a road trip, I'm hearing somewhere like 3-ish or 3.5 hours away would be a good distance. And yeah, the advice there is to just follow what you're passionate about and go your own way, really, like the Fleetwood Mac song suggests. All right, so for how others are perceiving the situation, oh, I don't like that energy. I don't know why I just got pinged with that, but I've got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about like planting your seeds and you know, making sure that you do all the necessary things so that those seeds grow and flourish into what they're supposed to be or what you intend them to be. And the message that I always give with this card is, you know, if you want something to grow, you don't dig it up every 5 minutes and check on it. I'm getting a gross energy here that someone is like every 5 minutes checking up on you. Like they're almost obsessed with it. And they feel like it's almost a matter of time before they run into you, or it's almost a matter of time before you reach out to them, or you get back together or something like that. It's really gross. I really don't like it. And I think this is why I was getting that message about like you need to put some actual physical distance. It doesn't even have to be permanent. It just needs to be like a physical distance between you and this person. Because yeah, I think that there could be some social media stalking as well. If you want to take a break from that, just to like give yourself a week to have your own energy back, that could be a really good thing as well. Only do this if you feel guided, of course. The hopes and fears, I've got the Eight of Pentacles, represented by the spider and the web there. Typically, this card is about like working hard and being dedicated and diligent. I'm sort of struggling to see how it relates to the rest of the cards. Being a card that can relate to money or can relate to work, this could be giving some context around who or what this trauma is relating to, whether it be work related. But yeah, the imagery of the web is the thing that's really standing out to me as well, and that could be relating back to the message I was getting about like internet stalking, uh, social media stalking, that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I feel a strange message here, and please don't be offended. It's just the energy I'm getting. If you make posts on social media about like how good your life is now and you're sort of subtly hoping people will see it, it's advised that you don't do that. I'm also hearing like you might even want to sort of, if you've heard the term grey rocking, it's like a way to deal with abusive people, by basically being boring to them and not really giving them much in terms of a response when they communicate with you. It's you're still in contact with them, maybe because you have to be, maybe because you want to be. But the idea is that you just no longer become like a source of supply for them. I'm getting like the the recommendation here is to almost start grey rocking your social media. Because I feel that there are eyes on you and there are people who are wanting a piece of you, a piece of your energy. And yeah, like they don't care whether you're succeeding or whether they're failing, they're just addicted to your energy. So you might want to take a break from posting anything personal on social media, or taking a break completely if that's what you're into. The outcome I already really talked about is the Tower. I don't feel like things are coming crashing down for you, because the message I was getting in the beginning is that you weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time. The reason that this happened to you was because perpetrators have been conditioned with a narrative of violence, and their enablers have as well. They have been conditioned with a narrative of violence, and their enablers have as well. This tower will come down for the people who hurt you, provided that you take your energy back, provided that you put yourself first, provided that you no longer accept people to have access to you in this special way, right? This is what I'm getting for you. I wanted to get one card from the Mystical Healing reading card deck as well, just to finish things off. Okay, so I've got Explore Your Ancestry, and I also got Love Your Body. So this is interesting what I was talking about, because I was feeling like generational patterns of like generational thought patterns or belief patterns and attitudes that caused harm to happen to you. With the Love Your Body card, this could be relating to some sort of like sexual trauma, is what I'm getting. Let's see what comes out. Explore your ancestry in the guidebook. Sorry, I just want to read out what it says. Your personality is essentially a mixture of your karmic tendencies and certain characteristics you've inherited from your family. While some of these inherited characteristics are extremely helpful and allow you to expand on the talents and abilities you've brought with you, other more suppressed aspects could be holding you back from becoming all you are desired to be. This card asks you to examine how the shadowy, unrefined aspects of your parents' behavior have crept into your life and are limiting your growth and maturity. Some of these behaviors could include being pushy, harsh, opinionated, controlling, manipulative, domineering, wanting things your own way, constantly sweating the small stuff, self-sabotage, selfishness, playing a victim, using guilt as a way to punish, etc. To recognize these behaviors in yourself could seem a little confrontational, especially if you spent your life trying to be as different from your parents as possible. Yet it's only through confronting your limitations that you can evolve or delete it's into someone who lives their life consciously and autonomously. Sorry, I couldn't really grasp the phrasing there. Yeah, interesting, because it really does tie back into what I was saying. I feel like some harm has come to you because of ancestral patterns of attitudes, beliefs, behaviors. That's not an excuse. Unfortunately, people who are victims of assault or abuse in this lifetime tend to be garnered the burden of ancestral healing and ancestral curse breaking. And I really hate that. You know, I really don't think that it's fair on sensitive people to have to be the generational curse breakers. But it seems to be the only way that healing happens sometimes. Let's see what Love Your Body says. How do you feel about your body? Do you constantly critique it, or do you listen to it and lovingly nourish and cherish it? Any consciously or unconsciously harbored feelings of self-repulsion, rejection, frustration, anger, and guilt will start to weaken various parts of your body. You're being asked to tune in and work on creating a healthy inner environment. What if you could see your physical body as the most incredible, divine, perfectly designed part of you, a place that houses your soul? From that perspective, what food, drink, thoughts, and feelings, even relationships, would you entertain? When you let go of the painful, traumatic experiences that have caused you to feel unsafe and start to create healthy boundaries, see, I was saying that before, and begin to understand more about your divine nature, your body will become stronger, healthier, and more beautiful. Yeah, so a really good way to tell if you're free from energy attachments is your appearance will start to improve. Conversely, if those negative energy attachments are sort of starting to form again, you might find that your skin starts breaking out. You may gain or lose significant amounts of weight in a way that's not normal for you. You'll just notice things like that, like maybe your face feels puffier or you feel more bloated. You might even have accompanying digestive problems as well. So, a bit of a heavy reading. I just want you to know that if you resonated with this reading, I am here for you, and yeah, totally can relate and want to guide you as best as I can throughout this healing journey. So thank you for sticking around as long as you did, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.